Sustainability has been one of the most prominent words popping up in agriculture discussions of late. Problem is, no one can clearly define it. We visited some folks down in LaRue County to try and help with that. The same month Abraham Lincoln's father, Thomas, bought his farm on Knob Creek, Howard Ragland's ancestors were beginning to develop their first piece of land. The Raglands have been there ever since, and today 3 generations raise crops and livestock in the same area, successfully tending the land that they've occupied for 9 generations. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds pretty sustainable.
One of my grandfathers was Gideon Ragland. He came to this area and bought a farm in December of 1808. That was the same month that Thomas Lincoln bought his farm over here at Hodgenville in December. Then Abraham Lincoln was born in February after that. The Lincolns later moved away from Hodgenville, but we've stayed. I was born and grew up here in this house on Shady Rest Road, and when I married, my wife and I built this house across the road. And of course, David and his sister grew up over here. And later, after my mother and dad passed away, David moved into my mother's house. So we've had 3 generations here, and now our grandson is also working on the farm, but he's in the next house up the road. So we're all here pretty close together. It makes it pretty convenient when you are ready to go to work in the morning. You don't have far to go, don't get caught in a traffic jam. My wife, being from Chattanooga, she grew up in the city, and all of her friends and family are city folks. And we have found through the years that they love to come to the farm. Chattanooga is so far away that they'll come and spend a few days with us and stay overnight. But they love the experience of seeing the crops and everything grow. Especially they enjoy seeing the livestock. And if they can be here and experience watching some of the calves or the pigs being born, it's really a unique experience. So many people will say they've lived their whole life and never seen anything being born. They'll talk about it for years and years. It really is a miracle to see that happen. I think a lot of people don't understand what's going on in agriculture today, and they may not appreciate the fact that we have plenty of food. Even though there's not much over 1% of the population involved in farming anymore, we are able to pretty well feed the world. And it's something that's changed a lot. I'm sure that when my father moved here in 1925, one farmer was not feeding very many people. There had to be a lot of people involved. But through the use of machinery and new fertilizers and so on, we are able to produce so much more than we used to. I'm a Kentucky farmer, and I care about families.
Our operation is very much of a family farm. My children are the 9th generation that have lived within about 2 miles here since our forefather Gideon Ragland settled here in 1808. And each generation have supported themselves, their family, through agriculture, through farming. And it's very satisfying to me that my oldest son has come back into the operation, and he and his wife plan to be a part of the family farm here for their career. It's kind of hard to explain to those that haven't experienced that kind of environment, but it's very dear to our heart, and it's a way of life, in addition to being a career that provides for the needs of our families. So we want to do our very best job improve the farm and pass it on to the following generations. I have been raising pigs here on this farm for 32 years. In those early days, the sows were outside in dirt lots, and then we'd bring them into the old stock barn to have their pigs. And you know, it was the best that we had at that time. And through the years, technology has improved, and husbandry practices have improved, and we're able to care for the sows and their litters in a lot more efficient manner. We have on this unit 1,600 sows, and they produce on the average 2.5 litters per year, and wean around 10 pigs per litter. So they're producing about 25 pigs per sow per year. The animals are housed inside, and they're not detrimental to the environment that way. So we think it's a very efficient, very environmentally friendly way to produce food for the good of man.
Being the ninth generation, it is a great honor to continue working the same land that my forefathers have, and just to be able to work with my dad and grandfather is a very unique and satisfying opportunity. And I hope to continue this tradition with my children one day, and I hope that it continues on for many generations, because in my opinion, the opportunity to grow up on the farm is the best place a child could be raised, learning to work, being out in the fresh air, and just the wide open spaces is a great place to grow up and be able to do many unique things that folks in the city have never experienced. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Farming is not the easiest occupation one could choose. For me, there was no other option. That's what my passion is and what I've always wanted to do. But at the same time, I had other opportunities for some good paying jobs, but this is where my passion was, and that's why I wanted to be here. Farmers, we care deeply about the land more than anyone else can. We want to treat our land the best way possible. We're not going to do anything to harm the environment. It's a blessing to be able to work here on the land. It's something that is ingrained in all of us here in our family working. We definitely do things at every opportunity to improve the land, to leave it better than we found it. So it is not only sustainable for future generations, but it's better than we had it, because we want them to be able to continue this tradition, and the expectations keep rising, keeps building on itself. So we absolutely have to leave things better than we found them. I'm a Kentucky farmer, and I care about the land.